Time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth, straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps from under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. All right, I'm upstairs by a miracle. Okay, let's roll through the list. And number one, of course, is Schoolhouse album sales. No sales, some discussions. Nothing to say though. Number two, My Reformation music video. So, I think I've shared the video now 45 times. I have 48 views. I'm actually ahead of schedule on shares because I work it in with other stuff and that works out. So, but I'm more than one per day, so things are coming along in that regard. I'm glad to be not behind, but actually ahead, which is good. So nothing too major to talk about with that. All right, YouTube channel. I should write on here hashtag, right? Hashtag Mike Dynamic. Oh man, I gotta use the right kind of pen. All right, here we go. Mike. This is a lame pen. This is no good either. Oh, I must have had a good red pen way back when I wrote with this. Whatever. Anyway, hashtag Mike Dynamic. So I did look on Instagram today. I'm gonna kick back a little. I looked at how to do I guess it would be an upload. So I saw that. I don't know. That means I can take a clip out of YouTube and put it there. Probably not, right? Just talking to my daughter, and she said with YouTube Shorts, you have to use a cell phone. So I don't know if I could figure out how to upload from that onto there. Maybe not. So I'm thinking probably to do this, I'm going to do the show most likely. If I can take a clip out, I will. But if I can't, I will go back through my material, pick out the best rhyme of the week, recite the rhyme of the week. If I could, I'd put it in print on the screen. That's not happening. I mean, really. I might start asking people how I would do that because that would be cool. You know, to have the rhymes just going right along the bottom. Like, what do they call that thing? What is that thing called? I can't remember. It's been a while since I heard the name. But you'll see it always scrolling along the bottom on those shows, news shows, sports shows. It's like a ticker tape thing, a ticker. Anyway, I'd do the rhyme along there if I could, but I'll probably have to be a work in progress on that. So just for starters, I will probably try to not upload. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's my goal. Not this week, after next show, which starts the new season. So I got to at least come through on that. That stresses me out, frankly. But I got to do it. I got to try. So the YouTube channel. Oh, I got to say thank you to all y'all subscribers. Yes, but 4 new ones in a week. Wow, that's big time. I think it was about a week, could be barely over a week. I'd say within a week's time, 4 new. I mean, if you look at the percentage of my overall, that's over 10% increase in a week. So that was very exciting. I appreciate that. Nothing's changed in terms of views or viewership so much, but it's incrementally improving, I'd say, over time. So that's what's happening with the channel. That's what I'll say. Rules of engagement. I was thinking about something I wanted to say, and I'm wondering what that was. Oh my God. I can't remember. Oh, it was different than legal stuff. It was just how to go about doing something. Maybe I was just going to refer to how to do this rhyme of the week. I don't remember. Bellevue Ballers, nothing new. It's going to be a little tricky doing my show tomorrow, next Sunday. We'll be coming back from Tacoma. I guess it'll be Sunday 5-ish. I should be good to go. That's related to that. I think in general, I'll come to that. Let's continue. Music for back to the rhymes. Nothing happening in that regard. So when it comes to merch, I'm 1 week away from starting my new job and my new schedule and I'm anticipating a kind of a new life, so I can start getting to some of this stuff more in my workaday life. But I still haven't started it. I still haven't seen, okay, where am I going to be doing what? I know I'm going to be 8 hours a week, 5 hours at University Station, 3 at Wedgwood cleaning. The other, let's say 4, that's per day, could be in different places. So maybe I can get some stuff done, travel time, right? Depends on where I'm going. That is good. But those are all question marks. So things don't happen. But what I need to do is go see Richard over there on Jackson, because he's willing to help me. He gave me some specific directions, because I think about my frustrations regarding a lot of this stuff and how little seemingly I can control. And yes, I want people to help, but that's up to them. But here's someone who's willing to help. I just need to show up after I get my reseller's permit. How am I going to do that? Well, like I said, let's see what happens. Not this week, but the next week, and just get a schedule, get a sense of what my life will look like. And then I can say, all right, this day, this time, get the reseller's permit. And then this day, this time, go see him and make a move. Because that's something I can do. He's willing to help. And he's been willing to help others. But he's got to help those who are willing to help themselves, which is what I constantly say when it comes to Bellevue Ballers. These things work in unique ways. Someone's willing to help, but you're going to come a long ways to them. Maybe in other situations, someone's willing to help. Maybe they'll meet you halfway, right? Maybe they'll come further to you than they maybe even should, because they're the ones you need their help. I would think minimum, if we want someone's help, we got to at least go halfway, if not further, right? So I'm going to have to do, not a lot, but I got to take the next step and then go see him, right? He's not going to come to me, that's for sure. Trump's going to thump. I'm just going to I'm not going to do anything new right away. Maybe I can do some of that while working, potentially, maybe. I don't know yet. Midterm elections are on their way, so let's see what that's about. All right, so a lot was revolving on this "You Will Be Glorified" and worship music. So I did get to see Tylene. Thank you for becoming a subscriber, and we got Sedaris Church, and I told her I'd give them a shout out, whatever you say for that. They rehearse Thursday nights. Maybe I could come in on a Thursday night and talk to them, see what's going on. But for her, their worship team wouldn't be ready to songwrite. But I did ask her, would you be ready, individually? And because she could do everything, she could play drums, she can play bass, guitar, and keyboard, and sing. Is she great in any of these areas? Maybe not, but she could at least put it all together if she had that desire. She wanted to ask me questions about like my songwriting process, which was very humbling, and I appreciate it because oftentimes it's no one's asking me that. But yeah, it's one thing I kind of think of my goal here is it's just like Mai was telling me was, hey, you don't need to find someone that's way ahead of you. You need to find someone a little further down the road than you and try to see what they're doing. Study them. That makes the most sense, right? And so someone hasn't done anything but wants to, you can hear what I have to say. I can get you golf. I can get you in motion, That's what I am. And in motion, after 3 years, I've been doing something. It hasn't been, I haven't hit the stratosphere, but I'm in motion. So I've had another conversation with someone at church about maybe him and maybe his wife or daughter singing, and all that's kind of theoretical because I really don't have anything I can do right now. Still want to get the sheet music put together. That's probably should happen. But I'm so thankful for her. And I just want to thank God for this. I had a conversation with my daughter's voice now teacher, was her piano teacher, going into voice, which is what she really wants to learn. And she just said her voice is beautiful and she can hit the high notes effortlessly. I'm like, really? Because I'm not a trained singer. I mean, I don't know. So the raw materials there for her to be a good singer, which I guess that's not a given, right? And I'll probably ask her more about that, but that kind of almost brought tears in my eyes a little bit. That's a dream, for me to have that, and so I'm not going to look any further for a singer. I have my singer. That's my daughter, Natalie, and it's just going to be what's the timeline to do what, but that's like my dream anyway. If I can write songs that she could sing and she wants to do it, that's a blessing. I did see my cousin again today. He said he didn't get my email, so I resent it. If he did, I'm gonna check with him. I could have followed up. I didn't. That was on me, but so I'm glad to see him. I'm not under the circumstances. Again, I lift up his father, my uncle Dave, in prayer, and their whole family. But you know what? He's ending his life on this earth in his home, and that's a blessing, with family around, not in a institutionalized setting. So it's really, I think you couldn't go out any better than that. So he's gonna look for my email, and I sent it to the same one. I'm not very tech savvy, but I tried to capitalize the S instead of lowercase, but my wife tells me that's not a game changer for getting an email sent. So, but I did it. So if he doesn't receive it, I'm supposed to text. If I don't hear back from him, I'm supposed to text him in a couple of days, see how it's going. So that's good. It's a positive conversation. And again, got my daughter singing, my cousin doing something on this. Wow, that would be an absolute blessing. The other thing I was saying to myself is, I've got a lot of people out here that maybe kind of want to do music, but they're really not so much into doing music. Where are the people that are really into doing music? And to me, they're in Nashville. I gotta find a way. It just reinforces the idea in my mind. It's like, you know what? They're not there. I mean, there's people that live there for other reasons, but so many people are there for that specific reason, and that kind of gets down to it. You don't just move there with the idea of not doing something, right? That's an action. That's taking action. So I had my opportunity to go through there, and I didn't have time. I saw my other cousin today who was in Minnesota. I didn't have time. I do this and that. I had to jet across the country. Oh well, but it was good to lay eyes on it. But and I would think if you were trying to meet people in Nashville, you would need a decent amount of time to develop relationships and talk to people. But so anyhow, when it comes to Bellevue Ballers, I'm having conversations about doing business in Texas, and that's not far from Austin, where my cousin lives. And who knows? You never know what's going to happen. And they have a lot of, I guess, music going on in Austin. I've heard people tell me that Austin's pretty happening when it comes to the music scene. Kind of, what do they say? Not quite to the level of Nashville, but it's up there. So that's cool. Maybe something could happen there. So I'll just leave it at that. That song, and I sent Tylene my next song that I would work on that I think could do pretty good with just an acoustic guitar, just as a basic way to make the song. I'll follow up and see if there's something we can do. I think for her, and this just happens in life, is that people get overwhelmed, and it's just too much to take on. Not that they don't want to do something, but they just can't take it on mentally. And it's just, they don't have the drive, around a project like this the way I would. So there you go. Again, if they're in Nashville, maybe they might already doing their projects. Maybe I'll get to Nashville and they're like, no, we're good. That could happen too. But maybe the guy just moved to town. I got to catch him right on the right time. What's the country singer? I mean, there was a country singer, Tenpenny, and I listened to that countdown. I'm glad I heard it a little bit. I heard some newer songs, some good ones, and he, I can't remember the exact story, but he connected with a guy just starting up a label in L.A. And what was he doing? I meant to do this. Sorry. What was he doing? How did he connect with him? Someone told him to send him. Anyway, just like that, he's an entity. He's in the game. So that's cool. It's good stuff. I just can't remember what the exact situation led to that, but I'm interested. Like I was talking to Alex, he says he was talking about starting a label. It's kind of an abstraction to me. You start a label. Maybe I should start a label. Should I start a label? I don't know. What would, maybe I should be thinking like that. If I'm what would that look like? Maybe I should do some research. What does it mean to say you're starting a record label? So I've had people say that. I think capital is probably pretty high priority. So again, and it's like, okay, but maybe, probably, but I should at least look into it, right? Okay. And then as far as anything current event, I don't have any. Let me see. My next song, I've already come up with it, and I'm trying to drag it out to next week, I think, because what I want to do is it's good rhymes. I practiced it numerous times. It could have been 100+ times to memorize, because I won't write it down. That's my commitment to this show, this format. But I can memorize it. So I memorized it. I got it good, and I worked it out, and I like it. I should be able to just set it off with that next week. And it's kind of revolves around that situation. I'm working at the plant for the post office, and I see a lot of people with these things, the mask that I'm talking about. The song will talk about that. It's just emblematic of a bigger issue. And I go to some environments and no one's wearing it, and I go to other environments and there's a decent amount of people, and it's like, it's interesting. You know, last time I checked, no one's really dying. According to Biden, pandemic's over, folks. Take the mask off. Just in time for the election, right? Everyone can figure that out. Okay, great. The pandemic's, it's election time. Is the war over too? Should the war be over because it's election time? Did you win in your war, and so we can just say that's over and time for an election? One thing I heard is that they were using our petroleum reserves to lower the price of gas. Oh, like the gas prices. It's just nonsense. I mean, I've been just listening to Little Politics more to wake up lately because I got to wake up a lot earlier, and it's nuts. It's hard to listen to, but it's all good. I can listen to it. I didn't miss that much. It's kind of the same old, but nothing wrong with knowing some of this stuff. All right. So it's the eye of the storm, right? So I'm going to run through this, and then I'm going to see how long it takes. Like I said, in order to stretch it out to next week, okay, so in order to stretch it out to next week, I've got to write a little more on this. I think I might just write I might just say hook. Yeah, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try it. I'm going to run through and I'm going to say hook 4, maybe and 5. And I'm going to do a bridge in between those. And just see how long it is and see how it goes. I want to start it when his 22. So here we go. If you're all ready. So it's like this. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Eye of the Storm, if you got it going on. People will swarm. The message is strong. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Eye of the Storm is feeling this song. Got a feeling that strong. I'd be the eye of the storm. Why would that be I? Am I that type of guy? Formed in the distance up in the sky. Fell in your lap. Right, you hear me, right? Trying to ignore Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. You mean the Eye of the Storm? Got it going on. People will swarm at the message strong. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Eye of the Storm is feeling the song. Got a feeling that strong. It'll be the Eye of the Storm. That is formed and it's here, making a path, making the coast clear. Places where shuttered folks holding tight. They're staying in place, saying their prayers tonight because they was forewarned about the Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. You be in the eye of the storm if you got it going on. People will swarm. The message is strong. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Eye of the Storm is feeling the song. Got a feeling that strong. It'll be the Eye of the Storm. Can you even come close enough to know for sure? Is your storm chasing, trying to track the flow? If you get too close, you're hitting the floor, ducking. Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Be in the eye of the storm if you got it going on. People will swarm if the message is strong. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Eye of the Storm is you feeling the song, got a feeling that strong. Be the Eye of the Storm. They're keeping the eyes open. That's wise they hoping to catch a glimpse to keep limbs. Chances slim to their chagrin. I'll be fading fast. Their view won't last. Checking the hourglass to know the time. Not a moment lost following boss. Man through the land, hoping to land on their feet and not face defeat. So word don't hit the street that they was chasing me, but they not hanging with me. No, not this time. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. You be in the eye of the storm if you got it going on. The people will swarm if the message is strong. Eye of the Storm is the name of the song. Eye of the Storm is you feeling the song, got a feeling that strong. Be the Eye of the Storm. Gosh, that's short. Oh well. It's at least 2.5 minutes. There's no breaks. I'm not taking breaks. I'm keeping it moving. It's a pretty fast-paced song. They're keeping their eyes open. That's why they hoping to catch a glimpse, keep limbs, catching chances slim to their chagrin. Will be fading fast. The view won't last. Checking the hourglass to know the time. Not a moment lost, fallen boss man through the land, hoping to land on their feet and not face to feet. So word don't hit the street that they was chasing me, but not hanging with me. No, not this time. I said time twice, didn't I? So look at me, man. I got this extra time. I think I can do something here. Let me just drag this out, and I'll name the song. I might even put verses ahead of it if I have to preserve my rhyme of the week for season 4. So I'm ready to conclude this song, The Storm. Okay, here we go. All right, hang out with me. I'm dragging my feet, but I can't just totally stop. All right. So, what is this song called? It is called Oh, I was gonna look up. I don't have to. I don't know what that means. Masked and muzzled. Okay. Shall we look up muzzle? I think we know what it means. I think we know what a mask is by now. But what's a muzzle? What is a muzzle? Who has a muzzle? Is that a mask? What is that? Is that the gator thing? I don't really see those too much now. Okay, isn't that interesting? You don't really see those gators because you were doing that just to get through their stupid rule, weren't you? All right, muzzle. The forward projecting part of the head of certain animals, including the jaws and nose. A leather or wire device that, when fitted over an animal's snout, prevents biting and eating. Something that restrains free movement or expression. Did you hear that? Let's say it again. This is what a muzzle is. Something that restrains free movement or expression. It sounds like a mask. Certainly it restrains expression, like facial expression to be sure, and it just restrains a lot. I mean, the countings we don't see a lot. Okay. The forward discharging end of a barrel of a firearm, right? And number 2, they did, to restrain from expression. All right. So that's correct. I'm on the right track there. Okay, so it goes like this. And I'm going to do this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm doing the 16 bar deal. 7, I'm getting disciplined on you. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right. Masked and muzzled. I gasp. I've been practicing this. I'm just telling you. Puzzled. I gasp. I'm puzzled. Won't behave. Not a slave to the dark. Won't behave, not a slave. So it goes like this. Masked and muzzle. I gasp, I puzzle. Won't behave, not a slave to the dark. So I got the next line, but I can't write it. I'm not going to write it. It is nice. So nice I memorized it. So nice I almost wrote it down. And that'll be my rhyme of the week. I'll hit you with it when I come back next time on season 4, episode 1 of Back to the Runners next week.